What is going on, guys? It is Dinosaurs bringing you guys the Injustice Thoughts and Ideas series with this time a very special guest, Froggy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Now, this guy has been in the past two, possibly three at this point, when this video gets uploaded, live streams of the Injustice Live discussions. And this time I have him on the show to discuss some ideas that we have for stages in Injustice Gods Among Us. So obviously we already have the first five stages that have been announced, which is the Batcave, Fortress of Solitude, Metropolis, Insurgency, and Arkham Asylum. So the sixth one we think could be in the game is Themyscira. Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks at home a little bit about Themyscira?
Well, if you don't know Themyscira, this is Wonder Woman's home world. This is her island, the island of the Amazons. Very beautiful, very, you know, bright and pretty. And I wonder how NetherRealm will handle a world like this, with their style, their very dark style that they're going for with Injustice. And there's a lot of Greek, mythology sort of looking stuff in here. Um, I could see, a lot of really cool, like God of War, like destruction going on in this level. Um, I mean, I think it's a sure bet because Wonder Woman doesn't really have any other places that could really be used, and any iconic places that could be, used in this game. So I think Themyscira is a sure bet for a stage.
Yeah, I agree. And for number seven, we picked Atlantis.
Much like with the Wonder Woman, Atlantis is like the homeworld of Aquaman. Uh, it's actually quite like Themyscira, except underwater. Um, you can even compare it to like, Poseidon and his, homeworld underwater with Greek mythology. Um, I think it's going to be another one that's a sure bet because, in my opinion, I think they're going to try to go for having one stage at least per major character. So I would definitely think that they would want to have an Aquaman stage, and I think there could be a lot of cool stuff with you could have some like cool moments where like somebody gets thrown against like a wall and like water starts bursting in or something like that. It really depends on how they handle Atlantis because you can interpret it in many different ways. But I think for sure that'll be in the game because I think Atlantis is one of the big things that makes Aquaman cool. So I think that they should definitely include it.
Yeah, and like Froggy said, I think a great thing they could do with Atlantis to deal with like the destruction of Atlantis. I think in a lot of ways, I think there's going to be like destruction happening in all these stages, and I think it'd be awesome to see the destruction going down in Atlantis every time you play there. So number eight is Ferris Air.
So Ferris Air is, in case if anyone has seen the Green Lantern movie, which I don't recommend going to watch, but if anyone has seen it, you would know that Hal Jordan works at a place called Ferris Air, which is run by his girlfriend, actually, eventually, Carol Ferris, and there's plenty of planes everywhere. Um, I think there's a lot of room for just cool battles with, when you have this big like landing strip. I just think it's a really, I can't think of a better like sort of unique fighting place than having just planes flying around. You could do so many cool destructible things with that. You could have planes shooting missiles, and you can just like you have Grundy just like grab a plane and fling it at the Flash or whatever. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you could do here, and it'd be nice to have more than one stage for Green Lantern, which kind of brings us to the next one. I don't know if Dino, you want to move on to Oa. Oa is the homeworld of the Green Lanterns. Um, it's really awesome, really big, and just epic looking. They used it in Mortal Kombat vs. DC, so I would imagine they'd bring it back here again because it just sort of it's a landmark for Green Lantern. You can't not have Oa when you have a game that has Green Lantern in it. My only thing with Oa is that if the story is going to be based on Earth, I mean, there's no, I mean, we don't know that or not how Earth-based it will be. I'm not sure how they'll work a stage like Oa into the story. That kind of applies to Themyscira and Atlantis as well, actually, though, if you think about it. So
Yeah.
I do wonder how much the stages are going to be affected by the story, or the stage selections will be affected by the story or not. So
Yeah. And the next one is the Flash Museum.
yeah, this is a tough one to like. Flash is a tough guy to choose a stage for, to pick from his from. He has Central and Keystone City. They're called the Twin Cities, Gem Cities. They are right next to each other, and they basically look sort of like Metropolis. I mean, there's not really anything special about them in terms of visuals, and so I can't really think of why they would want to use just Twin Cities, one of the Twin Cities, as a stage in the game. So I think that using the Flash Museum would be a good choice to get, a little bit of variety in there. You'd have a museum full of like Flash dedicated statues and paintings and whatever. You could literally have like they have the Rogues Gallery, quote unquote. You actually have a gallery of art about the Rogues, Flash's Rogues, which I think that'd be kind of a fun little thing. You could have like cameos by characters that aren't going to make it in, like maybe the Trickster or Captain Boomerang or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it'd be cool to see that. So,
And the next one, which is number 11, is Gotham.
I mean, you have to have Gotham, an outdoor Gotham stage. We said that Arkham Asylum and Batcave and let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. So Arkham Asylum and Batcave are the two confirmed Batman stages, and if you have those two already confirmed, you're gonna want something outdoors. So I mean, Gotham, why not?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
I
kind of
don't
a
see the
given.
game, especially with it being so much centered around, Batman and Superman, it not having Metropolis or not having Gotham as a stage.
Yeah, it's kind of necessary.
Yeah. And number 12 is Slaughter Swamp.
This would be right outside Gotham, which I think would be really awesome to have just Gotham way in the background. Slaughter Swamp is the home of Solomon Grundy. It's like where his origins based. He rises out of the swamp and whatever. Um, and hell, if they have Swamp Thing as a character, if that ends up actually being a thing, it'd be cool to have like Grundy versus Swamp Thing and like a battle for the swamp. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty awesome, right? Um, it's a really dark, gruesome. You'd have like a lot of scary, spooky kind of trees and stuff. And I think it'd be a nice break from a lot of the more industrial looking levels and like the, Atlantis, Themyscira looking levels. Like I think it'd be cool to have something like a swamp, just like a dirty, like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hmm.
So for stage number 13, we decided to choose Amusement Mile. And I honestly think this is one of the best choices if they pick for a stage because it would be so much fun knocking somebody into a roller coaster.
Yeah, or like a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, or a Ferris
Like
wheel.
imagine that like you just you like sit someone down like a Ferris wheel or something like that, and they just start kicking their ass. And I don't know. I think there's a lot you could do with a an amusement park. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense for the whole. I
especially with the
totally get what you're
Joker
saying.
being in the game.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, he's on the cover of the game. You're gonna have some Joker based level, and a carnival is just perfect for that.
Yeah, I agree. So for number 14, we picked Star Labs.
So Star Labs is an interesting choice because you could actually have a lot of really cool references in the background in this level. You could have a lot of like Teen Titans kind of related stuff. You could have some sort of like creatures, maybe in test tubes or something like that in there. Um, 'Cause Star Labs, they really just have a lot of different kind of experimental things going on. You could have many layers to the place. It's where Cyborg got his origin, so. I think it'd be just maybe a good like level that you can sort of say is his.
Yeah,
Um, I think it'd be really a good addition. And I thought LexCorp might be one to use, but I think Star Labs would be the better choice because I think LexCorp might just be a part of the Metropolis level. So,
yeah.
um,
Now, for the last stage, obviously this one and some of the other ones are, almost all of them are, like speculation. Every one of them is speculation. This one is probably the most speculated one, especially between me and Froggy. One of us thinks Darkseid would be in the game, the other one doesn't. So why don't you go ahead and tell the folks at home what the last stage is?
Apocalypse is your hell level. It is the place where you go when you want to just have just I could see them. I was gonna say maybe make it sort of like their Final Destination match where you sort of have like nothing except for the fighters, but at the same time you kind of do want to have like some lava hazards going on where you can like smash people into like,
Yeah.
all the cool like demonic looking stuff and you can have like Darkseid's throne off in the background and whatever. I think Darkseid should be in this game. I mean, I understand that he might not fit into the story considering it's a very much a Joker story. It's very much a, it doesn't seem like something that the new gods would actually be involved in. So I don't know if Apocalypse would be in the game if we're going off of just story, but maybe they'll want to put it in simply because it's a DC game and Darkseid's like the big bad DC villain in my opinion. So we'll see. And if not Apocalypse, I mean I had other ideas, other ideas too, like Kondak. Um,
Hmm.
which is like Black Adam's home world where they can make it like Shazam and maybe Doctor Fate or something like that would be like I think they all sort of would fit into like that Kondak looking place, which is like, Egyptian and stuff. So, um, I don't know. Do you have any other like last thoughts?
No, but I just want to ask all the people who are watching this video if you guys have any thoughts, any levels or stages you guys would want to see in this game that we didn't mention, or if you guys just want to say, hey, I like that pick, let us know in the comments section. Like this video and tell all your Facebook friends and stuff about it. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.
This video is part of the Way movement, a career path in video sponsored by TGN. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.